Good Tuesday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news, let's take a quick look outside that weather window this afternoon. And finally, the clouds, they've dissipated by about late afternoon into about lunchtime. And this beautiful shot is from our Sky-Fi Tower camera at Stamen Flats. And a little bit of evaporation and mist and steam coming off the Columbia River. Just a beautiful day, and it warmed up for us too. And as we take a look at the rest of our Thanksgiving week, things look pretty decent. They really do. For tomorrow, a quiet day. So if you're traveling tomorrow, it's a good one. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s for us. Thursday, Thanksgiving, that's where we'll start to get wet in the afternoon and especially Thursday night. Friday morning, a little bit wet, but boy, notice the high temperatures. We could get as warm as 50 degrees as we get you into Friday. And if you're traveling over any mountain passes over the next few days, it looks like tomorrow, your best shot at driving, especially over Lookout and Snoqualmie Pass on I-90, Stevens Pass as well on Wednesday. And the good news, if you are traveling this weekend, it looks like just rain showers for both Saturday and Sunday. And we'll talk much more weather coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. Quincy police are looking for a suspect in a shooting early Sunday morning, but are getting little help from the gunshot victim. Grant County Sheriff's deputies have arrested a suspect in an attempted car robbery west of George. And a 68-year-old Spokane Valley woman who'd been missing since last Thursday was found alive last night in her vehicle down an embankment just north of the summit of Blewett Pass. But first, our top story tonight. A woman who died Sunday while in custody at the Chelan County Jail has been identified. Chelan County Coroner Wayne Harris says 42-year-old Blair Austin Nelson was found unresponsive in her cell at the Regional Justice Center about 5:20 p.m. She was declared dead at the scene. Nelson, who'd lived in Wenatchee for about 3 years, had been booked just after midnight on suspicion of DUI. Wenatchee police said she had a blood alcohol level of about 0.25% at the time of her arrest and had been medically cleared at Central Washington Hospital before being admitted to jail. The cause of Nelson's death remains under investigation. Hers is the second in-custody death at the jail this year. Quincy police are looking for a suspect in a shooting early Sunday morning, but are getting little help from the gunshot victim. Police responded to a report of shots being fired in a small passenger car leaving the scene about 1:20 a.m. in the 400 block of East Street Northeast. The Quincy Police Department said as the officers were arriving, they received a report of a 24-year-old man being treated for a gunshot wound to his leg at Quincy Valley Medical Center. They said the victim provided few details on the shooting before he was transferred to another hospital. In addition to hitting the man, the gunshots also struck at least 2 houses and 5 parked vehicles. Police say the investigation continues. Grant County Sheriff's deputies have arrested a 37-year-old Basin City man in the theft of a delivery driver's van and later a flatbed truck near Beverly yesterday afternoon. Deputy Kyle Foreman says the suspect attempted to steal another vehicle while he was being arrested.
This is the Sheriff's report for November 23, 2021. Around 1:30 p.m. yesterday, deputies were called to the Outpost Grocery in the town of Shawana after a delivery driver reported that his van had been stolen. A short time later, deputies found the van abandoned and learned that the suspect, later identified as 37-year-old Henry Barrios Guzman of Basin City, had stolen a flatbed truck, spilling a load of wood pallets onto the roadway. Deputies and a Washington State trooper soon came upon the stolen flatbed traveling north on Beverly Burke Road Southwest near Road 5 Southwest. Guzman then stopped the flatbed in the southbound lane, blocking vehicles heading south. Guzman got out of the flatbed and tried to steal one of the 3 stopped vehicles, but resistance by the drivers interrupted Guzman's plan. Guzman then ran into a field and was quickly arrested. Nobody was injured. Guzman is lodged in the Grant County Jail on suspicion of 2 counts of theft of a motor vehicle.
A 68-year-old Spokane Valley woman who'd been missing since last Thursday was found alive last night in her vehicle down an embankment just north of the summit of Blewett Pass. Linnell McFarland was transported to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee, where her condition was not immediately available. Washington State Patrol Trooper John Bryant said at about 7:30 p.m., a Washington State Department of Transportation plow truck spotted the 2000 Mitsubishi Eclipse about 40 feet down an embankment. A high-angle rope team was lowered down and was able to extract her from that vehicle. Bryant said she was still conscious. Her family had reported her missing November 18th, and a silver alert was issued. Kittitas County Sheriff's deputies launched a search the next day after her cell phone's last ping showed her north of Ellensburg on Highway 97. Bryant said it appears McFarland hit a patch of ice while driving north on the pass, crossed the southbound lane, and went down the embankment. Coming up next, a judge refused to lower bail yesterday for a suspect who taunted police on social media while they sought him on charges of rape and unlawful imprisonment. The 20-member medical team from the U.S. Navy deployed to help with the COVID-19 pandemic at Confluence Health has ended its mission there. And Lincoln Elementary School's top 5 readathon readers and top 5 fundraisers were rewarded with donuts Monday, and as an extra bonus, an opportunity to ambush the school's principal. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
You love to help others. You need a solid career. You can have it all with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take patient vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain medical records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, visit chartercollege.edu because we work to get you to work.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Saturday, December 4th, RLS Productions presents the West Coast Best Bon Jovi and Journey tribute bands at the Wenatchee Convention Center. Non-Jovi will bring back the stadium rock of the 80s, and the Infinity Project celebrates Journey, one of rock and roll's greatest hitmakers. Guests may enjoy an exquisite dinner before the concert, or just the concert. Dinner and concert tickets are available at rlstickets.com. That's rlstickets.com.
Welcome back. In another news, a judge refused to lower bail yesterday for a suspect who taunted police on social media while they sought him on charges of rape and unlawful imprisonment. 25-year-old David Ernesto Lopez, also called David Rodriguez, had asked to be released on his own recognizance while he awaits a trial scheduled for January. But Chelan County Superior Court Judge Travis Brandt said the $150,000 bail required for Lopez to be released from the Chelan County Jail is appropriate to the charges. Last February, when Wenatchee police put out a Facebook post asking for information on Lopez's whereabouts, he allegedly replied with a comment telling them to focus on, quote, the real criminals. He was arrested 5 days later. The 20-member medical team from the U.S. Navy deployed to help with the COVID-19 pandemic at Confluence Health has ended its mission there. The team wrapped up its engagement this weekend after about a month working with coronavirus patients and staff at Central Washington Hospital. It was one of 2 groups deployed to Washington hospitals by the Federal Emergency Management Agency after a September request for military assistance from Governor Jay Inslee. The purpose was to relieve pressure on hospital staff who've been overworked caring for COVID-positive patients. When the team arrived, about 42 people were hospitalized for COVID in Wenatchee. That number today was 29 patients, including 14 in intensive care. Lincoln Elementary School's top 5 readathon readers and top 5 fundraisers were rewarded with Donuts Monday as an extra bonus and an opportunity to ambush the school's principal. The Wenatchee School District said Principal Tim Shepard was a good sport after being surprised with multiple blasts of silly string.
It's time for a party!
You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
What is home? A place to gather, a place to grow, provide shelter for the ones we love, eat, drink, restore, build trust. It's a place to rest when the workday is done, a place to find quiet after a night of good fun. What an honor we have at Guild to help own, finance, create, pave the way to live in home.
Traditional values and innovation in honoring the life of each family we serve is part of the ministry of Heritage Memorial Chapel. Our staff is committed to walk with your family with compassion through this time of grief. We are here to help and here to serve, the right kind of help when you need it most. Heritage Memorial Chapel.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, a new state law means the Chelan Douglas Board of Health must reconfigure its membership. The board governs the Chelan Douglas Health District, which has been crucial in battling the COVID-19 pandemic locally. Right now, it's composed of county and city elected officials, but at a meeting yesterday, the board discussed how to add new members like health providers, community stakeholders, and at least one tribal representative as required by the state.
Chelan Douglas does need to appoint a new board. We do have to provide as many non-elected officials on the board as elected officials. It has to be an even split. But the word that we received from the Board of Health is they may not have that final rule in place until the first part of July, and we have to have the new board implemented by the 26th of July. We are allowed to proceed forward as long as we have an open and transparent process. By law, it has to have 4 county commissioners on the board, and then having a small city and a large city representative from one or the other counties. That would then cycle in a 2-year period. That provides a membership of 6 elected officials. We are required by law to seat, because there is Indian trust land in Chelan County. We do have to seat by law a tribal member on the board. So that takes up one of the remaining 6 positions if we were to go with a board of 12. We felt that looking at what the WAC had in place, that it might be best for us to get the application out, receive those applications back in, and then this board makes a decision under each one of those categories, up to 3 individuals that represents those categories, that they would then move forward to the 2 boards of commissions. The 2 boards of commissions would then have to vote on it unanimously for each board which would require 2 commissioners from each county approval of that individual before they could be seated on the Board of Health.
You're suggesting that the applications go out now for selection in January? Is that what I heard you say?
To be fair to the community and all those who would like to apply, it would be my recommendation to have us go ahead and put the application out within the next week, and then have that closure date to be just the Friday prior to our meeting that we would have in January, which is January 17th. And so the deadline would be January 14th, which would give almost approximately 6 weeks, roughly, of application period. And then the board can then go over the applicants at that meeting, make their recommendations then from that meeting to the 2 boards of commissions for placement of the applicants that are on the list.
Time now for a check of your north central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Tuesday. Here we are 2 days before Thanksgiving. And it was a nice one today. The sun finally came out. Beautiful look down at the Wenatchee River from our Omi Garden Sky-Fi Tower camera. Lots of blue sky out there today with just a few clouds. But boy, we got rid of that kind of low cloud deck yesterday and that inversion. And boy, the sun came out and it was a nice one. Unofficially high temperature today at Pangbourne Airport. 44 degrees. That's 4 degrees above where we should be at 40. 64, our beautiful record high, and that was set back in 1959. 32 is where we started the day, and that was a little bit above where we should be for lows at 29. How about this temperature? Once again, that year, 1985, it was a cold one, 5 below zero. We did pick up a trace of precipitation overnight, and that now gets us to 5.06 for the year. A lot more snow, though, this morning in the Spokane area. 7:17 sunrise this morning, and the sun set this afternoon at 4:17. Temperature-wise, as we get you into Wednesday, I know a lot of you are traveling for Thanksgiving tomorrow, and it looks pretty darn good statewide to travel, especially here at home. Low 40s for Moses Lake, Ephrata, Quincy, about 42 degrees. Wenatchee, we should see about 43, the warm spot in our viewing area. 41 for Leavenworth, 42 in Entiat, and 40 in the Omak and Tonasket area. So it should be a nice Wednesday. No precipitation as you're traveling. That's the good news. Tonight, mostly clear skies, a double shot of high pressure over us, and here's our high pressure dome. And that's what allowed us to clear up today. So with those mostly clear skies, we'll see seasonal lows tonight, right around that freezing mark. For Wednesday, a few clouds will roll through that ridge, and we'll call it mostly cloudy tomorrow, but it will be fair with high temperatures a lot like today in the low to mid 40s. Rain showers, though, here we go as we get you into Thanksgiving. This is about 3 in the afternoon on Thanksgiving, where we have a 50% chance for showers, but that goes up to 70% as we get you into Thanksgiving night, and the showers will continue. It will be mild, luckily, with highs in the mid 40s. For Friday, a good chance for morning rain showers, and then look what happens in the afternoon. We clear out a little bit, turn partly cloudy. Look at those temperatures, lower 50s for Friday. So if you're traveling right after Thanksgiving, a great day to do it. For Saturday, mostly cloudy skies. Will stay a little bit stormy, a 50% chance of rain as this system pushes up and then drags some moisture through our area. High temperatures Saturday, pretty darn nice on Saturday at 50 degrees. Our chance for rain continues to go down. Sunday, mostly cloudy, just a 30% chance of scattered showers. Most of that will stay in the western part of the state, and we will be warm on Sunday. Once again, highs in the lower 50s. As we get you into Monday, our next work week, mostly cloudy skies, still mild with highs right around 50 degrees. But this, our next weather maker, and look at the size of that. So by the time we get into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, it's going to be a wet one. Let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now. 31 overnight tonight. Mostly cloudy tomorrow. Good travel day and 43 degrees. 70% chance of rain late in the day on Thanksgiving and 45. And look at our weekend at Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 51 Friday, 50 on Saturday, 53 Sunday, a beautiful day, a chance for showers Saturday. And then by Monday, mostly cloudy skies, going to stay mild with high temperatures near 50. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCW Life Evening News continues right after this.
I'm John Divis from Wenatchee Dental Arts, and I like to think myself as a comprehensive dentist. We are an office that treats people comprehensively for their dental problems. We do a lot of general dentistry in a broad sense. We don't send everything out. Things that we have the ability to do in the office, we like to keep in the office and under one roof and keep things as complication-free as possible. You can come to one place and have all their dental needs taken care of.
At Wenatchee Power Sports, we proudly offer the Polaris product line. Polaris builds the highest quality side-by-side in the industry, with off-road capability that's second to none. The Polaris pre-order program allows customers to purchase the vehicle they want without having to select from limited dealer inventory. The Wenatchee Valley has year-round access to some of the best ORV trails in the Northwest. Start your adventure here at Wenatchee Power Sports.
New novel is now available at Amazon.com. The title, Lost Treasure of the China Bar, details life on the Columbia River and Plateau during the 1800s. You ask, is the treasure still buried somewhere near Chelan? Find out by reading Lost Treasure of the China Bar.
Lost Treasure of the China Bar. Buy it on Amazon.com. $12.99 for paperback, $2.99 for Kindle. A great gift.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy Tuesday to you. We have one score to pass along on the Les Schwab Prep scoreboard from yesterday. In girls bowling, Eastmont beat Davis 3-1 yesterday at Minda Lanes. The Wildcats won the first game 860 to 703 behind the strength of a 225 behind first-year bowler Jordan May. Eastmont won the second game 743 to 695. Katie Heights averaged 176 on the day. Wildcats won the first Baker 164 to 148. The Pirates won the final Baker 143 to 133. Taking a look at the Les Schwab men's college basketball scoreboard from last night. Yes, Chet Holmgren. Boy, he's going to be something else. He led 5 players in double figures with 19 points. His top-ranked Gonzaga remained unbeaten with a 102-54 win over Central Michigan. Nolan Hickman came off the bench to add 16. GU will face second-ranked UCLA tonight at 7 o'clock at the Good Sam's Club Empire Classic in Las Vegas. You can watch the game on ESPN. Washington State raced out to a big lead and held on to beat Winthrop 92-86 in Pullman. Michael Flowers led the way with 20 points while Noel Williams added 19. Coach Kyle Smith says it was a good start, but the Cougs need to keep their foot on the gas.
5-0. Thought we came out and played really well the first 12 minutes of that game, knowing that Winthrop it's in their DNA to keep competing, and I thought they did, and exposed some things on us in the second half that we need to get better as far as half-court execution and handling the ball. And credit to them, they kept coming, and the guy that we didn't have any answers for, Good, is that his name? Yep. That was a pretty impressive shooting night, and that's disappointing that we couldn't keep them under 33.
So the Cougs get the win. Meanwhile, Washington got 23 points from Terrell Brown Jr., 21 points off the bench from P.J. Fuller in a 77-74 win over George Mason. Well, the 113th Boeing Apple Cup is Friday at Husky Stadium. Washington is finishing a frustrating season without a bowl game and in search of a new head coach after Jimmy Lake was fired. Interim coach Bob Gregory says the annual rivalry game with the Cougars is always fun.
So I think just everything's different in terms of we're on the west side, they're on the east side. Big school, small school, pickup trucks versus Audis. It's the whole thing. Beer versus champagne. I mean, it's the whole. Can I say that? Is that okay? It's everything. Everything is different about this one, I think. And I have been involved in a couple of rivalries in this league, and this one's pretty special, I think, and maybe because I've been a part of it for a while. But yeah, it's a good one.
As far as the X's and O's, Gregory says he's expecting Washington State to try to do what other teams have done against Washington so far this season.
I think the one thing they're doing different and effectively is running the ball. And I expect them to run the ball against us, since that's been tough for us, especially in the second half of games. And so I expect those guys to run the ball, and their backs doing it. Borgie, number 21, is doing a nice job, and another quarterback that can move the chains with his feet too. So we're going to have to do a good job stopping the run up front.
Washington State became bowl eligible with last week's win over Arizona. Interim coach Jack Dickert says they got off to a good start in practice this week, focusing on ending Washington's 7-game winning streak in the series.
The rivalries are built on respect, and we respect their program and we respect how they do it. And we're committed, to our process and what we need to do to win this game. And it started with practice. I thought it was a spirited practice today. I thought guys were flying around. They came out with purpose and intent. And that's what we needed, on the Monday morning. It's a Tuesday practice to us. So, I thought that was good, and we just got to take it, one day at a time. We want to be 1-0, and that's the mindset of this game and this week, and can only control what we can control. And that was today's practice, and making sure we're coming back this afternoon to have great meetings and learning and walkthroughs. So we understand the history of the game. We respect the history of the game, and we're just focused on what this 2021 team needs to be due to be 1-0 in the Apple Cup.
The 113th Apple Cup will kick off at Husky Stadium Friday at 5 o'clock. You can watch it on FS1. Well, the Seahawks are off to their worst start since 2011 when Pete Carroll was in his second year coaching the team. Seattle's 3-7 after Sunday's 23-13 loss to Arizona. And Coach Carroll says Monday he began the process of the week with a player-led meeting.
It was interesting to hear when guys got a chance to speak up a little bit, and some of the leaders, had an opportunity to kind of make sure that everybody's on the same page, to reinforce that this is a team and we're playing together, and we're going to go through the challenges that we're facing together, and that we need to do it in really good fashion, and we need to be on it, and we don't have a moment to waste, and we got to maximize every opportunity to be at our best. And on and on. It was really impressive, and so. Where we are is we've got a challenge that we're facing that we've got to turn, and we want to turn this thing as fast as we can. All resources, obviously being tapped into. There'll be always some subtle adjustments that we do to try to make some changes and get better. And really, everybody was really accountable and did a nice job in owning it and being responsible for the change too. And so it's how positive can it be? I don't know after this, but the guys are really turning to doing things right and getting better like this week.
While the defense has improved throughout the season, Seattle's offense continues to struggle. Seahawks rank at or near the bottom in several key categories offensively, and Coach Carroll was asked if he and Russell Wilson are on the same page moving forward.
We haven't talked about the path forward. We're just talking about this game today, and but we've been connected on everything we're doing. We talked about it last night, about what had happened in this game, and went through it and tried to get ready for today, and that's all we've gone. But Russ and I will be connected on what we're doing. He's a big part of this, and he needs to be able to execute and carry out the game plans and all of that. It's pretty clear the things that we need to get done, and so we're not going to be disconnected, if that's what you're trying to find out there.
Seattle's off until next Monday when it travels to Washington to take on the football team on Monday Night Football on ESPN. That's Sports News. I'm Eric Grandstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And that is going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-NCWL. That's 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Counterplay inside, picking his way back to the 10, to the 5.
High school sports is back, and NCWLIFE Channel's got you covered. Tune in for football, girls soccer, and volleyball right here. Thanks to our sponsors, Harvest Valley Pest Control, Rivercom 911, and Sangster Motors. Follow all the action of high school sports on your local TV station the NCW Life channel.
14, they come back.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCW Life channel.